Hey, yo.
What's up?
This is Brooklyn Boyz Radio. So we just coming to you today because the sad news that happened to Takeoff from the Migos. You know, our shooting schedule don't allow us sometimes to catch up on the news as fast as we should. And we just felt like this was important to address, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely important situation to address, and especially since one of the biggest subjects that our show is basically based around is us, our communities, and what goes on with us. We just felt that this was something that we definitely need to address right away, you know, give our perspective with this tragedy.
Yeah, so we just want to take the time out. First and foremost is to say our condolences to his family and friends and all his loved ones, even the fans of Takeoff. You know what I mean? It's a sad situation, unfortunate situation, senseless situation, once again in our community. So yeah, that being said, man, enough is enough, man. We gotta start figuring out how to do things a little bit better and start being more kinder and more sweeter to one another. And even when we do have conflict, have a better way of resolving the issue where people can walk away still alive. You know what I'm saying? So
even with all of that, man, I think, once again, I think that we all need to be accountable. I think we all need to be aware. You know, life isn't a game, for one. And I look at rap the same way that I look at the league, you know, from a metaphor perspective. At the end of the day, you know, we work so hard to get to certain stations in life to get to a certain level, right? You work all through high school to get to the league. Now you're an NBA player and your domain is the court. You understand? But when you graduate from the court, from being a player and you become a coach, your domain is no longer the court. It's not for you to be on the basketball court. It's now for you to be on the sideline. And now, standing on the court with the players running up and down, you can get yourself hurt. And when you graduate from the sideline, from being a coach and now being an owner, your domain is now the box. You no longer belong on the sideline. And for me, it's the same thing that I say with rap, man. Like, I think it's just the arrogance of celebrity. And when I say arrogance, I don't necessarily mean like a bad thing, like conceit. I just think that a lot of these artists, their lives are so detached from the reality of what the real world and what this jungle is that they tend to forget that by allowing themselves to be in certain places, they're leaving themselves open to certain dangers. You know what I mean? And we just have to stay mindful, man. We really have to stay mindful, because our lives, you know, are, at the end of the day, our responsibility and not no one else's. So it's left up to us to protect our life as much as possible. So we can't be reckless with our lives, man.
yeah, 100%. We definitely can't be reckless with our lives. And those people that's in charge of being around us or have the opportunity to be around us, we have to be very selective, and we have to be very conscientious of who we allow in our circles, because sometimes it's not really the artist. Sometimes you got to worry about the people around the artist the most. So a lot of times you have to be careful who you allow in that circle, and, you know, the repercussions that can happen when you have somebody that, you know, might be a little bit more jumpy than others. You know what I mean? So you're not only protecting yourself, it's like driving almost. You know, when you drive to keep yourself protected, but you also driving to protect yourself from other drivers.
Other people's mistakes.
You know what I mean? So sometimes other people, you know, they swerve, and now you got to be conscientious to move out of their way. You know what I mean? So you can protect them and yourself at the same time. So we got to be conscious of people that we have in our circles and around us at all times, man. And like I said, it's just an unfortunate situation, man. And I think we just want to address it and, you know, just say our condolences once again to his family and friends, man. Life is too short, man. And that young man was 28 years old, and I think that's what bothered me the most. You know, people die every day. But when I see any young person die, just taken from us, especially one of those young people that's, you know, out there about to achieve something or achieving something that so much of us try to get to and really doing that, and they just get snuffed out. I just feel like it's a sad situation for everybody. You know what I mean? So
a lot of times you hear people say that, you know, and I've even had people tell me that at times, like, yo, you know, you don't come back to the hood. And, you know, sometimes I laugh at it. And the reason I laugh at it is because the truth is, yo, bro, I don't love the hood. I love my people. Just so happens my people are in the hood. And if I could get every last one of my people out the hood, I'd probably never go back there. You understand? And I would do whatever I can to help others. You understand? But I always stay aware of the fact that, yo, the hood is dangerous. I'm lucky to have survived the hood when I lived there. You understand? And I just don't get this mentality and this state of mind that you bust your ass to get out of this environment and then you use your money to return to it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Or not even return sometimes. I do get the return thing, but sometimes you try to bring people from that environment with you and they ain't really ready to be where you at. You know what I'm saying? And that's the unfortunate part. You know what I mean? I don't know where they was at. The place looked very plush and nice. But sometimes you got to be careful of the people that you bringing alongside with you or the people that you meet up with in that arena. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to be mindful, man. And we tired of talking about rappers dying. I think we just started this show and, you know, 1 or 2 rappers already died. Like, it's just...
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, you know what I mean? In a short time, this is episode 10.
We done talked about Pop Smoke. We done talked about PNB Rock.
Yeah.
Like, and this is we in between episode 10 and 11. Like, so 11 episodes in, and we already addressing the death of 2 rappers that happened in the span of us shooting this show.
Sure.
Like, come on, people. Like that's ridiculous, man. At what point do we snap out of this mentality? And don't get me wrong, man. I'm not going to act like as if when I was in my 20s and when I was young, I wasn't just as lost and I didn't look at, you know, being tough or shooting this person or hurting this person is what defined me as being a man. Yes, I did. And luckily I lived long enough to mature out of that mindset. But it's like, yo, man, as far as we're concerned, like, we need to father our children. Stop letting our kids be raised by fucking hip hop music, by TV, by fucking entertainment, man. Like, you understand? Because all it's going to do is mislead and misguide. It's going to turn our kids into fucking savages. Like, yo, it's time for us to take responsibility. Like, the death of this young man, I put on every last one of us. I swear to God, I put that shit on every last one of us. Because we sit back and we allow this shit day after motherfucking day. Like, at what point are we going to get tired of this shit? At what point are we going to get tired of saying RIP? At what point are we going to get tired of saying, yo, stop these young black deaths and this and that? And then what? Next week, we going to go right back to the same fucking shit. Y'all still going to be bumping the same fucking drill music. Y'all still going to be fucking pushing the same culture of death, drugs, fucking sex, the same fucking thing. Like, yo, man, at what point does enough become enough? I just hope that this is the straw that breaks the camel back. You understand? Because, you know, we trying to do what we can with this show, but we just 2 people in an entire world. And the truth is the same thing like we said on the last episode. Until all of us get on one accord, on one cause, nothing happens. Because nothing changes until every fucking one does. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, 100%, man. Ain't really nothing else to say. Like I said, just sad. Young man was 28 years old, and according to, you know, to a bunch of sources, a bunch of people I've talked to during the time that it happened, even before that, always say he was a good dude, quiet dude. You know what I'm saying? He never was like in the mix, never was mixy. So it's sad. And sometimes you know we get in situations sometimes where it be the one that is not the loudest in the room that get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So we got to protect each other and protect ourselves when we out there in these streets, man. And like I said, it's just unfortunate in a sad situation. But like, yo, condolences to his family and his friends again. And yo, this is Brooklyn Boyz Radio, man.
And I just want to end this with one thing. Like my man Jada Kiss said, the good die young. But in our world, all that really means is that the hood dies young. Brooklyn.
We out.
Out.